Yakapin ang kalikasan at isulong ang kabutihan. Karapatan ay ating ipaglaban, sang nilikha ay aalagaan. Sabayan ang ikot ng mundo sa pagpantay ng pagbabago. Halina't lumahok at manindigan, buhay at kalikasan ay ipaglaban. Sabayan ang ikot ng mundo sa pagpantay ng pagbabago. Halina't lumahok at manindigan, buhay at kalikasan ay ipaglaban.
I'm Ging Geronimo. I'm one of the co-founders of Animal Empathy Philippines. So we are a newly established animal advocacy organization that aims to strengthen farm animal advocacy in the Philippines. So you might be wondering, I use the term farm animal advocacy. So it doesn't mean that we're promoting animal farming. It means we are promoting or advocating for the welfare and for the rights of farmed animals. Napatanong kami kung paano ba namin matutulungan yung mga animals sa Philippines. So, nag-interview kami na ibang mga animal advocates, yung mga taga-POS, yung mga taga-Animal Kingdom Foundation, and many others. At nalaman namin na karamihan pala sa mga Pilipino, mas may empathy for companion animals, so yung mga dogs and cats. Pero hindi pa sila handa to expand yung empathy nila o yung moral consideration nila sa mga farm animals o yung mga hayop kagaya ng baboy, baka, isda at manok na pina-farm para sa pagkain natin. Tapos na-realize namin, no, based on data din, na karamihan ng mga resources o donations na pupunta talaga sa companion animals, sa mga shelters. So wala talagang may pake. O may mga iilan, may mga grupo din naman, kagaya na POS, na AKF, na nagsisimula na rin, no, na mag-advocate sa welfare ng mga manok at mga isda. Pero na-notice namin na kulang pa rin, no, kulang. Kailangan ng isang community. Kailangan ng maraming mga activities na kagaya ng mga webinars, mga fellowships. So doon kami pumasok. Ang teorya namin, kung magkakaroon ng isang organization na mag-create ng isang community, mag-educate ng mga Pilipino about the state of farm animals in the Philippines, and magbibigay ng mga impormasyon kung paano sila makakatulong through their career or their resources sa farm animals, baka may change na mangyari, and hopefully mas maraming mga Pilipino ang magkaroon ng empathy, no, or malasakit din sa mga farm animals. Sabi sa World in Data, no, yung global meat consumption o pagkonsumo ng mga karne na galing sa mga hayop ay i-increase siya ng 58%, nag-increase siya ng 58% over the last 20 years, and it reached 360 million tons ngayong taong 2023. So habang lumalaki yung populasyon, pinoproject, no, ng mga siyentipiko na tataas yung meat consumption by 14% by the end of 2030. So kung titingnan natin, this will create pressure, no, among factory farms o yung mga commercial farms na malalaki yung production to increase their meat production capacity by using extreme measures. So meaning, mas maraming animals ang ipa-farm at mas maraming mga animals ang magsasuffer. Kasi itong mga farm animals na to, they live as they die. So they suffer the moment they were born, the moment they were confined. Kasi they were meant to be farmed talaga, no, for our pleasure, for our food, for clothing, for other purposes na mag-benefit sa mga animals. So all this suffering, no, really move me, na sabi ko, ganito pala, wala kasi akong alam, no? Not everyone knows what happens inside these farms. Hindi ko naman alam na sa isang farm pala, thousands of chickens are being confined kasi di naman din natin nakikita kung ano nangyayari. We don't know where our food comes from. So, di ba? So, yun yung isa sa mga rason ko talaga. And with the climate crisis, no, na-realize ko na each of us can contribute to the solution then. And of course, put pressure then on these companies that are, causing all these greenhouse gas emissions. At napakalaki, no? Napakalaki ng contribution ng animal agriculture sa global warming. Sabi nga ng mga climate researchers din na they've been warning yung yung mga yung UN, yung mga malalaking organizations na we won't be able to meet our Paris Agreement kapag hindi talaga tayo nagbawas ng meat consumption, 'di ba? Our goal is to limit the global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Pero hindi mangyayari 'yon hangga't patuloy pa rin tayong nagkokonsumo ng mga farm animals, and sinasabi rin ng mga eksperto na yung pag-shift sa isang plant-based na lifestyle, for example, diet, ay malaki ang maitutulong, no, sa pag-address ng climate change. So sa isang pag-aaral na ginawa ng POS, gusto ko lang i-share na an average of 1.1 billion chickens pala ang kinukonsume ng mga Pinoy sa isang taon. So ibig sabihin, ng isang average na Pilipino, kumakain siya ng manok 3 to 4 times a week. So can you imagine that ganun kadaming manok ang kailangang i-farm para lang kumain ng mga Pilipino? And we can see lots of multinational corporations, so I won't name some of them, are starting to build factory farms all over the country. There's one that was recently inaugurated in Davao City. And then even the government is promoting rabbit meat consumption to augment yung protein, lack of protein supply ng Philippines. Kasi nga, natithreaten din, no, yung animal industry dahil sa mga sakit na nararanasan ng mga hayop kagaya ng African swine fever at mga bird flu. So, ang gobyerno gumagawa rin sila ng paraan para ma-promote din ibang protein sources. So maraming mga gulay at prutas din na pwedeng pagkuhanan ng protina. Hindi ako nutritionist o dietitian, pero meron tayong mga sources sa internet na malalaman natin kung ano yung mga high protein sources na makikita natin sa mga palengke. So may mga alternatives naman. Ayun. And nakakalungkot na dumating tayo sa punto na kailangan natin kumain ng rabbit. Ayun. So, pero that's the state of our farm animals in the Philippines, and majority of them are farmed. Majority of them are confined in cages. Kasi konti pa lang din talaga yung mga high welfare na mga production systems, no? Yung meaning konti pa lang yung mga cage-free farms dito sa Philippines. I'm happy to share, no, si Jollibee recently nag-announce sila that they're going cage-free soon, globally and locally. So, ayun. So magandang development ito sa local food industry na may mga restaurants that are trying to do better. Ayun. And kami sa AEP, we support yung mga ganitong initiatives. Although ang ultimate goal naman talaga namin is sana matigil yung factory farming at sana wala nang kailangang animals na i-farm. Hindi na kami mag-e-exist as an organization. Pero we support na for us to achieve yung gusto naming pagbabago is that we need to support yung mga welfare improvements kagaya ng mga free range and cage-free interventions. And meron na dito sa Pilipinas nun. So kung kayo ay nagko-consume pa naman ng eggs, for example, or manok, you look for yung mga labels na the better chicken option or cage-free. And if you can, as much as possible, you can consider transitioning to a plant-based lifestyle or diet. Si Rights of Nature movement ni PMPI, and by the way, kami sa AEP, we're part of it. We're proud to be part of the Rights of Nature movement, which is a really good initiative to recognize yung rights ng kalikasan natin, and probably will set a precedent for the recognition of the rights of farm animals in the future. Meron tinatawag si Ron na sapat lifestyle, kung saan pinopromote niya yung pagkakaroon ng lifestyle na hindi mo kailangang mag-take from the earth ng sobra-sobra sa kailangan mo. So, for example, walang food waste. For example, hindi mo kailangang pumatay ng maraming hayop para lang mabuhay. You can like reduce your meat intake then. So, at mabuhay ng may compassion and empathy sa mga living beings. Then, sa nature at sa animals. Ng Asia Research and Engagement, it highlighted yung impact ng animal protein production sa greenhouse gas emissions across Asia's 10 largest markets, including China, Japan, Indonesia. Sinasabi nung report na it will really reduce significantly yung global warming. Kasi, di lang naman kasi greenhouse gas emissions, at ito pa, hindi lang greenhouse gas emissions yung resulta ng animal agriculture. Merong deforestation, biodiversity loss, pollution and mga paggamit ng antibiotics. May effect din talaga yan sa, syempre yung waste na nanggagaling sa mga farms, sa land use. Ang daming negative environmental and social impacts, no? So, balikan kita dun sa mababawas sa greenhouse gas emissions kasi July ko pa nabasa yung report. Pero you can download it from the Asia Research and Engagement. Napaganda ng report na yon kasi may forecast kung ano yung I love numbers kasi may forecast kung how much yung mababawas dun sa emission. So again, I want to reiterate, we can't meet the Paris Agreement without reducing our animal product consumption. So yun lang gusto kong iparating ngayon. And we are now presented, as this generation, we are now presented with this incredible opportunity to set a more compassionate and sustainable course where, people like us, the planet and the animals and the living beings can thrive and live in harmony. I know that's a motherhood statement, but we can, reflect on how we can support yung rights of nature, yung farm animal advocacy through our career and resources. So, the best start is we can start learning talaga about the issues kasi hindi naman pwedeng makialam tayo na hindi natin. We need to be data informed. Hindi natin alam yung mga nangyayari and who are involved, what can we do. And also, I encourage you, kaya we started the community, be part of a community. Rights of Nature has a Facebook group, right? So, I invite you there. And AP has a Facebook group. Be part of a community where you can have conversations, healthy conversations, hindi naman tayo dun parang makipag-debate, healthy conversations. We can share resources. We can, have projects. We can start community projects wherever we are and also have mentors and also mentor them. And so as mentioned earlier, we have a Facebook group. Please do check us out. It's Animal Empathy Philippines. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a website. And if you're curious about what we do, you can book a one-on-one with me. If you want to shift to an animal advocacy career or if you want to volunteer, my email is ging, at animalempathy.ph. I'll make myself available to help you, start living with empathy, with compassion, and start living sustainably for the better.